Hello all, Charles Reed here. How's it going? Today I'm going to be doing some swordsmanship to show you guys how to properly handle and use a sword, some techniques and such, and we will see where it goes from there. I have some tools, but we're just going to be doing some airstrikes because I don't really have a proper dummy or anything, so we'll see. Hey, so I was just actually fixing the tip of my sword. So as you can see here, the end tip right there is off because when I had been using it before, actually, I had damaged the tip and it had become blunt in. So I used some very basic tools actually, which you can use too. Pliers and a needle-nosed head pliers as well. You can use a hammer to try to flatten it and stuff, but that isn't something I would recommend in general because I like to use more precision tools. But we'll show you some swordsmanship now, okay? Sound good? Yeah. There. So, we're gonna do some basics today. Now, in general, I don't want you practicing with a sword, especially if you're under 18. Do not do this at home. These should all be performed with a training practice sword. But as I actually am trained in this, it's okay. And I would recommend using training gloves as well, because even professionals will cut themselves. You could cut your hands and nick your legs sometimes. Accidents happen. So, as a starter, this is a sword and a half. This is a gladius, and it's a sword. It's a hand and a half sword. So, while you can use one hand, you can also use two, and two is good for training purposes. So, I'll show you a common cross slash. You raise it hard, get a good stance with so your legs are braced. Separate here and here. Can't see. And you go like this. For a common cross slash. Do it again. Slowly. One-handed. Two hands is for control. One hand is for good speed. With the common short sword with the ladies. See what I'm saying? Now, another good training practice move you can do is a frontal slash, which you will never actually do in a fight. If you're actually using this in practice or whatever, you will never do this, ever. That's stupid. It's good for muscles and such as a workout, but it's stupid. You will never do this in a fight, ever. And I can almost guarantee you'll never do this either. Like how they do a cool move where you're stabbing up through base of the chin. It's very difficult to do. Now we do high slashes, and we do low slashes, which will hit around femoral thigh area. That might be a little bit hard to see. I'm going pretty fast. And there's also parrying, which if you've got good gloves on like this, you can go like this and parry. Or if you're not using gloves, you can go like this. Or like this, but it's unwise. First of all, it's going to be very difficult to do. So for a parry, you're not really going to want just to block it. You're going to want to dismantle it. So when the sword blow comes down like this, you're going to want to shift it off. Like this. And the sword will go to the side. So go like, you want it to be sliding, so the sword will go off. Or if you're facing a frontal attack, you want to really block it, you got to go hard. you have to go be forcing the sword against them, like, see me? Like, and then there's more of, well, I'll show you some more combo stuff in a different video if you guys like this one. But there's stupid stuff you can do, and I can show you tricks later on if you want. But we're just doing basics. And for a common thrust, you go like this. Braced. Brace. Brace. Or if your enemy is in front of you, and you can hold them, you take them around the shoulder, and you go like this. Will puncture the internal organs and rupture. You have to make sure you're going at a good speed though. Now this sword is fairly sharp at this point, as I did do most of it. For the most part it's not that sharp though, since I don't have whetstone, but you want a sharp sword always. And you go get your speed going. Around the neck, thrust. And a really good thing to do actually is when you're doing this, you want to thrust in specific directions, okay? So you go like this. Up. See an upward angle. Like a swinging. It's a good way to damage the nerves in the spinal area as well. And if you want to actually get up inside, go for a short thrust at a different angle. At a lighter angle, go like this and that. This, there. This, there. Makes for a good workout area. These are all good things to do. It tries a workout too. It improves technique. I'm a little rusty right now, since I don't have anything good to practice with or anyone to practice with, which I would use a sheath sword clearly, which mine is special. It's a snap sheath, which makes it so that it will not fall off during practice or anything. So let's see if there's anything else I should show you right now. Common grounds. Cross slashes again, like that. Now for some of you in baseball, you might want to be trying to go like this. No, you do not do that. That's like a scratch. You need to follow through. You don't just try to go for a home run or anything. Like this. Bad stance anyways. Do not use a baseball stance. So you're going to want to go for follow through like. That's a little more of a combo. But you get the idea. Don't do this. Don't do this, ever. I'm actually trained, I was trained pretty much forever for swordplay since I was tiny. So I've been doing this stuff for years, and I still make mistakes even. So I want you to remember, safety is number one. I am not liable for anything. These are only for practice and demonstration purposes. And do not use these on other people. You'll become a dangerous hazard to yourself and others. And as I said, I am not held responsible. Now, you'll see people where they will actually behead the other person. Like in Game of Thrones, for instance. Lovely. Edward Stark. And just crazy stuff. That is incredibly difficult. The neck is very thick, very strong. To do such a thing, you would have to have a lot of upper body strength to make a clean swipe through. I don't think I could do that even. Especially not now. I haven't been practicing well enough, and I'm not too strong right now, as I haven't had any place to train my body or anything. But you're going to want to have a nice wide stance in such an area. Your stance will shift while using swordplay, but you always want to be stable. And you'll go like this. The clearer, easier way is just a simple throat slit. If you're doing shortly, you just go like this, like a flick. And a very sharp sword, it will easily slit the neck. But if you are not comfortable doing such a thing, you would have to go up into them, and again, go like this. Makes it much easier. To go, slit. Again, grappling, slit is so much easier if you can grapple your opponent at the time. I would not recommend doing that with someone that is armed, however, you will become very badly injured. Chances are, in such a case, unarmed opponents, though, that is the ideal way. What else is there? Another thing you won't do, this is stupid. That's stupid. Or this whole Armstrong thing where you're going like, "Here!" Don't jump and swing a sword, that's another stupid thing. Off balancing, and if you fell actually from a large height when you with this, you could easily slit many of your arteries in your leg, stab yourself. Another terrible idea. And that should cover for the most part the basics of swordsmanship. Now, as I said, always remember to be safe and careful. Remember to like and subscribe because it's very important to me, and share the videos. That is beyond that is what I would want you to do the most, besides maybe subscribe. Do both. Okay? And give it a like. Thank you. Bye-bye.